about the 5th day, night thereabouts, if one is only counting by seconds, minutes, and hours. Ptolemy, in a display of arcane genius, had drawn in the requisite glyphs that surprisingly land the crew in the middle of a certain Mara Carrasca's tower. Well, apparently her former Mammazon tower domicile, and it appears that her effects are actually up for auction, leaving a deflated arcanoloth to weakly protest against the intrusion. Thankfully, Avery's strange skyship made the passage through Ravenloft as well, impacting the side of the house. The group is begrudgingly invited to rest and plan their next moves. Some curious pieces of magical paper maps were doled out to nomenclature's nobodies, some resonating in equally curious ways. Now all that's left is to pick a heading. And where exactly has their benefactor been hiding? It's not like his voice isn't as intrusive as they are. And following the previous conversation that had ended quite promptly, who is first, or who are the first couple that try to go onto the ship to prepare for a nice, long overdue rest in familiar territory?
I was definitely getting on the ship to take a closer look at my cube. Although I think I might have learned all I could from it. It was just an ID of sorts, right?
Yes.
And I believe it mechanically functions as a amulet of the devout.
Yes.
Yeah. Since I've already gleaned all the info from that, then Hem is in a corner on the ship.
Oh, speaking of which, I actually do have a map for the ship. It's a bit of a placeholder because I didn't think to make one yet, but I will have us come over to it.
Whee!
It vaguely matches the vision for it, though it's a little bit larger. And let's say that if you are entering the ship, it will be on this third section over on the right side, where there's an open hold. Good grief, this is a very large map. So,
So we enter from the bottom of the ship into the hold, basically?
yes.
Climbing in through the hole.
Yeah, it's not quite what might be called a blood tray, but it's not necessarily a ramp either. It's more of an open area with, funnily enough, hooks and stuff that looks like ropes or grapples could be attached from below in order to quickly get into the ship. It is a sky ship, after all. And so Pam had gone in and looked around. Everyone's trying to filter in, and there is actually a box, an unassuming wooden chest, which I will draw in down here, and there is a note on it with a wax seal on the corner.
I remember the last time we touched an unassuming box. Go get it, Avery.
Well, son of the Leporine, this is a fine vessel. You sailed this in your lands?
For the most part.
right? Is that your crate over there?
I have no idea. I broke at the crate.
It eats you.
It's a mimic.
Thankfully,
relevant
not
new
this time, it
character.
appears. It doesn't quite match the rest of the ship. Avery's ship had been purchased in a very sorry state, or rather, repurchased, resalvaged. Anyways, this is more of a different kind of weathered down and old, and the piece of paper is written very much like in bottom mirror script, with no two words all resembling each other, except for the signature at the bottom. Would you like to read the note?
Sure.
Some of the words are fuzzy, some of them are more striking, but you almost hear as you read the words and those various conflicting voices from the Amber Temple. But the general message is, thank you for the fun time and for the sacrifice. Signed, Count Strad von Zarovich.
Oh.
Do you wish to open the box?
Not particularly, but sure.
Okay. Is
Box.
anyone else? That's much nicer box. Thank you. Is anyone else on the ship that wishes to be? Or not on the ship, rather?
Yeah, and we'll finally get on the ship.
We all got here together, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be on the ship. Did I have to leave early last time? I feel like.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Salty?
Aren't I staying with her to learn spells, or is that in the aftermath of this?
That could probably be done now.
Yeah, the ship isn't leaving right now. We're just
Yeah, it's not leaving. We're going into the long rest. It's just something that's
then yeah,
backtracking a little bit.
Yeah, for backtracking a little bit, I mean, Ptolemy would, be at this point, while the others are exploring the ship or whatever, poking her brain for... I mean, I'll have to look him up later, because again, I need a chance to, but for as many spells as he can pretty much get away with, because, he likes options.
I'm going to regret giving a little bit of free reign, but hey, not enough dungeon masters give their wizards or...
I mean, I'm still limited on spell slots and casting level and reagents and stuff, so it's not like I'm being given total chaos yet.
Yeah, speaking of reagents.
Yet.
So... not Ptolemy. Avery, wrong. You open... You open the latch on the chest, yes?
Yes.
So just for some flavor, let's do our first roll of the night.
Oh, good.
sideways silly.
You know, I'm great at these. Oh! Never mind.
That's 20 from him.
Is that a net? Oh, yeah, it is. I don't have any modifiers.
if you
Is
have
this a
evasion-
magical effect? Oh, I have advantage
No.
anyway. I'm a barbarian. It's dexterity.
But this is an evasion or a, yeah. You can see it coming. It's not magic.
Zen.
Oh, right. I forgot to manually roll for this.
Should just be able to click it in the chat.
Yeah, I can't remember. Fuck it. No, it's barbarians that have danger sense. Never mind.
That's correct.
Not that I needed it. Ew.
Wow.
So it wasn't necessarily a difficult check, but perhaps because it is both unexpected and also just a enormous volume of coins and reagents and various other things. All of a sudden, this chest, which was perhaps a little bit larger on the inside than it actually appears, spits out a very large amount of items, including but not limited to 8,300 gold in shiny, mint condition likenesses of Count Strahd Monzerevich in electrum pieces, as well as how do I link this in
8,300?
chat? Yes. Though I also do need to. If you check the party inventory, a entry is being updated. There is about 25,000 gold's worth of various gem and other specialized reagents inside of it, which would take some time to sort through, but it's a lot. That's part of where the D100s came in, looking at item tables.
25,000?
Yes, gold's worth of various gems, gem dust, specific items for specific spell reagents, and other knickknacks and paddywhacks. And if one were to take the coinage and shove them in the Mammazon packs in order to convert them to something more useful, it'd probably take an hour or two for just one person. So that is an option. It's not just useless Beanie Baby equivalent of coinage. At least for those with a Mammazon Prime account. Oh, yes, the Dex save throw. Avery and Nam are floored and are slipping around on the coins and items spraying across the deck. Helene, you narrowly managed to not be knocked over as well, while Zen, Pem, and Antavos, Pem especially, this is fine.
Yeah.
The amount of wealth has no effect on you, physically or otherwise. Well, outwardly at least. So
Wait, sorry. We
Avery
did a
and Nam,
dexterity saving throw against an obscene amount of wealth.
it exploded out of the chest.
Ah.
Yes. Across the floor, around you, etc.
Evade, evade.
Yeah, and the entry for it is in the party inventory. Gifts from Barovia without love.
It's a lot of stuff.
A little bit.
Lots of parse through.
He lost stuff.
Though towards the end, there's a bit of a cough. Well, as much as a cough can sound magical or of an effect ending. And one of the last items is actually a strange shield that bumps and skitters and clacks across the coinages and stops at Naam's feet. And Avery, as you're knocked over, by the coins. You're almost drowning in them. You look up, and looks like there's something actually swinging from one of the structural braces on the underside of the ship. Well, underside of the deck above you. And it looks to be a gauntlet very much similar to yours. It's attached by a line, which is long since, well, it's literally hanging on by a thread, but it's something that you mark and is like, huh, that's interesting.
It is. Once I'm able to extract myself from this pile of gold, I'll look at it.
Do you
And
need
Ptolemy,
help
you
there?
would have heard this waterfall. Some of this coin had actually sprayed across the hold and then down into where the ship had crashed. So there's a lot of clinking and jangling as everyone else is reacting as well.
Small one, do you need help? You seem to be, well, impeded by all of this shiny drivel. As Antivos,
Help would be
wades forward.
appreciated.
Right, come on. Helps lift Avery out of the pile.
Thank you.
Now, what is all of this? I assume it is some sort of currency or something.
According to the writing on the chest, is a gift from Strahd himself.
Who?
The person.
Did we meet a Strahd?
I believe it is the one who speaks to us from beyond the veil.
No, isn't that... Well, what does the young one call him? Cole!
I'm talking about the accented and ominous voice, the presence, which has followed us since we arrived.
What's that foul fiend we met in the temple?
No, the other one.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Which one?
He picks up one of the coins and looks at it. Is this that you call him Strahd fellow? Shows the coin to Avery.
I think it's him. I don't know how well it's gonna sell. Having currency with your face on it, I don't think other people are gonna take that.
Oh, so it is a currency. Well, then I leave it in your capable hands. I have no need for this.
You have no need for currency?
Why would I? Everything I need is provided by my great lords, or by nature itself.
Okay, Avery's gonna mark off that that Antivos does not get any
Jeez, man.
I see
that
through the
Antivos
lies
does
of the
not get
DM.
any money whatsoever. Ever again.
Nahum, whatever, like moving towards the rest, you actually look down and notice out of the corner of your eye that this shield that had arrived at the end of whatever effect that had produced everything from inside the chest, this shield is familiar to you. And you're looking at your own shield, and you realize the one you are currently holding is not the one that you would usually take out to the field with you.
It was a rush job after all, coming here. How,
Yeah,
how did
even
that
from
get
the
here?
before time. Mm-hmm.
So hold on. So we have this whole Strahd thing going on first, and now this came from the armory back home. He holsters his other shield, the basic shield, and he picks up the one from home. It still fits like a glove.
You know this armament, Silent Guardian.
And I will drop the item into your inventory. One moment.
Ooh.
Quite so. It's more dangerous assignments. Yeah, served me well in protection.
Hmm.
Well, I prefer to use. He kind of pulls out with a safety grip on with his pistol. Prefer to use this, and some demons thinks it's very intelligent getting close. And ordinarily, I would agree.
Well, I am.
But this thing, points to the shield, helps a little on that front.
If it'll suit you in slaying fiends, then all the better.
Amen to that. That it does.
Seeing as you have an extra shield, may I have that other one? Hem comes up eyeing your old shield. Oh.
Sure.
Eagle from
Have the
Finding
older
Nemo.
one.
Mine? Mine?
Mine, mine,
Mine?
Shield.
Shield.
Shield. Shield.
Hem gingerly takes the shield from your hands, the old one. What does it look like, the old one?
The other one probably looks like a I'm trying to describe like a diamond. Oh man, I'm afraid to draw because I feel like I'm just gonna draw a penis somehow.
You mean it's a.
You know,
it's
it
a-
happens more often than you would imagine.
Is it
Happens
a
way too often.
Perfectly normal for a man of your age.
is it a standard kite shield?
I have to Google it because I'm not familiar with my different.
Ooh.
Yes,
Like,
yes, it does look like a standard kite shield with the
There you go.
The clue
Symbol
is
of a flight-
in the name.
with a symbol
it's
of...
it's of a blue flame on it in the middle. It's kind of like a heraldry thing.
Neat. Yoink.
Yoink.
God damn it. Great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good times.
I have a shield.
Then, what of you, young one? Your armor seems, less than adequate. Noting over to Avery. Is this what you wore when you sailed on this ship? Certainly, we could find you something more protective. Perhaps you can use this coinage, as you call it, to craft something. It seems a decently stable material, maybe?
Gold tends to not make very good armor.
Really?
It will stay shiny, but it will not take a blow.
I guess it's important to learn new things every day.
I
Anyway.
could use it to buy more armor if I somehow find a shop in this place.
Hmm.
Avery's looking up at the grappling hook that's stuck in the rafters. How far away is it?
Maybe. Using Lost Skies for reference, maybe 2 decks worth above you. So maybe
Oh, Jesus, how
10
fucking
feet.
big is this one?
15 feet. Like this lower hold is larger, a little bit larger than the top deck or the middle deck. So You might need a boost or just some creative.
Have somebody throw you up there.
I prefer not being impaled by the rafters.
Well, I can lift you there. If you'd like, or we can... Well, these boxes are of no use. We can certainly build a tower.
Let me try one thing first. I'm gonna fire my grappling hook at.
Make me a ranged attack roll just for flavor.
God, Toll the Dead.
Uh,
That's exactly why I used Toll Dead for. It's really just my grappling hook.
okay, we'll use the damage roll. Go ahead.
Ah,
Oh wow.
So, let's call that a half success. Avery, you're able to use your grappling hook as in the way that you've been using it as a ranged blunt object to thrash enemies with, and it's able to knock the other gauntlet that's slung over the support beam. It rattles the beam a little bit and causes the rest of the line to undo itself, and it falls. However, it also falls on top of Antavos.
I catch it.
Oh no!
You-
I'm dexterous. I can catch it.
Indeed, you do.
No. Well
So
shot
you can make a
there.
roll check. Wow.
I think I would be
That's
watching what
Followed
you were doing.
by said improvised blunt object knocking him on the forehead. Though it doesn't really do any damage,
Ah,
unfortunately.
Oh, sorry about that.
Alright, well, whatever this thing is... ouch. Yeah, you keep it. Figure out why it is broken.
I had life
And-
transference already too.
It's not too difficult to see that it is very similar to what Avery wears himself, though this one is quite damaged. And if you'd like to make a check of some sort, perhaps
Yeah, I
Arcana
will.
or
I'll walk over here and I'll sit on one of these boxes and I'll make a check. Like some of these. There we go.
so Arcana for function, investigation for condition.
Both of them are the same roll, so investigation.
High rolls all this first couple ones. Yay. Okay. So checking over this gauntlet, and I will drop it into your inventory. That is not the right icon, but I forgot to change it. It is in your inventory under Time Worn Gauntlet. It is not irreparable to the point of being unsalvageable, but you can definitely cannibalize some of the parts to restore functionality to your own survival tool.
Ooh.
You also note that with the snapped tension cable for the grappling hook function, or rather the line that is broken, you also notice that the The support for the gauntlet actually is frayed, buckled, and it looks like some of the straps were either stretched to the point of breaking or purposely cut. You recognize who used to own this.
Well, that's unfortunate. And so while everyone else is exploring the bottom deck, I'll work on taking some parts apart from it.
Okay. And I think that we can start that long rest, and if anyone has something specific they'd like to do with others while resting or going to the process of resting. Otherwise, Ptolemy, you only need to spend, let's say, 2 hours, maybe 3, plundering the scroll cabinet, as it were, like a child in a cookie jar.
A cookie dryer.
Jar.
Cookie dryer, known as an oven.
Listen up, motherfucker.
I guess technically that's true.
For those that have not already, you can spend this long rest also attuning to whatever item that you want, if you do not wish to pursue other avenues of identifying them later. In which case I can reveal what they do, if they haven't already been. There's also the papers that Mara had handed out carelessly. Otherwise, an 8 or so hours pass, and it's now morning, more or less.
Yep, I think, again, throughout before he settled down to rest, Antavos was just wandering the ship, looking at all the things. You know, their trip to Barovia, he was mostly on the top deck, and that was about it. So, him getting down into these cabins and seeing all of the things that he doesn't understand, he's walking around in skeptical awe.
And the map is not exactly reflective of reality. It's still binged and banged up various spots. There's evidence of the modifications that are meant to make it float. And it seems that the bottom deck actually something had been done so it became a kind of bilge. A bit much of it, rather. As far as the mid decks, a lot of those rooms, there's actually only maybe 3 or 4 that actually have proper beds, and 2 of them are stacked with boxes. The rest of them are also either bare or have various boxes of crap on them. Anything from metal scraps to other mundane materials to just, well, detritus from a ship that's been recovered from as a wreck. It was gotten to the point of being able to sail for a demonstration before actually being in the sail, as most used dealerships of such things are wont to do. But Avery, if not anything, is rather resourceful, even if the internals aren't looking much to be desired. And the front of the ship actually is a workshop and such, but bereft of tools and more specialized equipment.
Antavos finds the chamber with the beds that are covered in boxes. He pushes the boxes off the beds unceremoniously, shoves 3 beds together, and lays crossways across all 3 of them, and immediately conks out. So if
Salty, I was saying,
anyone finds him, that's where he takes his long rest, is sideways on beds.
oh, so Salty, you're back.
Mhm.
So plundering the scroll cabinet like a kid in the cookie jar with Mara only takes like maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, but everyone else is starting to mill about if there's anyone you want to try striking up conversation with, or perhaps you'd like to investigate the item that got smuggled onto your person.
The item that got smuggled on what?
The silver cord. It does
Oh.
have a magic. It appears to have a magic aura about it. If it
I
is
mean-
something you wish to.
Guess my real question would be is A, how it told me no, and B, what? Told me it was on your draw the circle. I don't know when he would have gotten the cord from her or even interacted much with her, since Ptolemy was kind of drunk and gone for the sessions. So I'm a little lost on what and why and how he would know he had this.
Maybe get snuck onto his person while he was distracted with the circle.
I mean, I guess he would investigate it, though he'd be very cautious and curious as to how a magical item ended up in his pouch that he was not aware of. That is kind of a red flag for a wizard, I imagine.
Yes, this is 100% legitimate reason. So would you like to cast Identify or Ghost?
I don't think I prepared Identify last time.
Wizards can cast rituals without needing to prepare them.
Oh, is that new?
That's always
Or
been the
am I
case.
The 5e thing.
Yeah, it's not even 2024. It's Wizards have always.
It's
been
just
able
me
to-
not knowing my own class, apparently. Okay. I do have it in my book, so yes, I can actually still do it. Okay. I mean, he will. I guess, yeah, noticing a odd magical item in his pouch that he didn't notice before would definitely bring some alarm to him, and he would kind of look about. He still has to figure out what that note you gave him meant, or if you've ever fixed that as well. Because, not sure again what a lead for Ptolemy means, but he would go find himself a sequestered and somewhat safe area of the ship where he hopefully wouldn't blow a hole in the side and try to cast Identify on it.
All right. So, Ptolemy, using Identify, is able to divine that this is called a Rime Frost Chord. And when attuned, it functions as a +1 Wand of the War Wizard, but also has an additional effect on allowing the user to have advantage on maintaining concentration on their arcane tradition, on top of +1 bonus to spell attacks and saves on spells that they use. There appears to also be some other property to it that is dormant. Though the fact that this thing is made of silver does strike you as odd, considering Lilloway was a werewolf.
Well, I didn't know that, so
Never mind, that's not odd at all. It's just a silver
Remember-
magic.
yeah.
emerald.
Remember, Ptolemy was
Um,
drunk in a magical world of beer, apparently, for the first half of Ravenloft, and I came back at the end, so I actually didn't interact with Lilith much, if at all. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's on me for not keeping track of everything.
No, I know. Just letting you know. So he would just
I
kind of see it as a.
And it could be used as you could wrap it around one of your regular items or worn as an accessory. It just has to be on your person and attuned to be used. And yeah. So should you choose to utilize it, that is what it is. It is not cursed.
I guess there's a couple concentration illusion spells that would help. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he'd spend the time, I guess, attuning to it then. That would be his second attuned item, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, yeah, unless someone comes to find him, I mean, he's going to spend the time attuning to it and tinkering with that.
Okay. And thankfully, no strange dreams tonight, folks. You lucked out.
Woo!
Huzzah.
Finally, some good night's rest.
Yeehaw.
So about that 7, 8, however many hours passes, we're gonna go into day 6. Can you believe it? After 3 or so years and 20 sessions, finally got to a new day. Who's waking up first? And is anyone going to go back into the tower and accost Mara?
Zen doesn't sleep. So,
That's right, you're a robot.
probably the answer, yeah.
Dang robots.
Clankers.
Whoa.
With a hard R.
Whoa. That's our word.
A floating toaster.
That's kind of fucked up.
I will say, Ptolemy will, before the long rest, do his ritual find familiar, so I don't actually forget this time, so he gets his spider back. Forgot to do that last time.
Avery, did you? I'm assuming that by taking the old gauntlet apart, that it's mechanically attuning to it and trying to fix your own.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. Then I can reveal your item. If I can find her name. Nope, that didn't work. Whoops. You can incorporate the parts from this Stormwall survival tool, and it functions like a Artificer's all-in-one tool +1. Additionally, you are able to do investigation checks with advantage and also from a distance of 10 feet from an area or object. Additionally, you can make an Arcana check and an attempt to capture
Get down.
a detailed image. What the hell? I'm sorry, my train of thought was beeped out of existence.
Sorry, I think my multimeter decided to go off because I left it on.
Advantage on investigation checks from a distance of 10 feet or can be done from 10 feet or more. Additionally, you can make an Arcana check in an attempt to capture a detailed image of a small area and can project it from the tool's memory, and 3 images can be stored in this way. So it's not just a snapshot, it's a recreation of a scene.
Oh, perfect.
And if you'd like to attune to it, you may do so in the process of all that.
Yeah. Sir,
Yes.
for Cartomancer, I'm using Vortex Warp as my hidden ace.
Okay.
Just heads up for now, since I don't know what other spells I would have gotten from Mara, but for now, we will assume that I have still prepared as is.
Okay. If you can note that in chat as well. Right, who's waking up?
Nahum's probably an early riser. Yeah, he's regimented and all that.
Zen is already awake. He's doing Tai Chi on the deck, but it's real sloppy.
You have all night to practice this.
I have all eternity to practice this.
I suppose that's true too. But I have to admit, that sounds terrifying to never have to die.
Have to is a strong word. I could always throw myself back into a purple. Wait, what was that? That was a fireworm, right? Or like a rust worm? He
Yes.
thought like. Was it called a rust worm?
Rust beast, rust monster. Yeah.
I could throw myself into the maw of a rust beast once again, if I so decided.
I think that's a little bit different than aging. Anyways, where is the
Potato,
child?
tomato.
We probably should check in on the sassy child.
Perhaps so.
No, I'm getting off the ship to find him. You gonna join me, or are you gonna continue with your little meditative dance?
He floats back down to the ground before starting to levitate again. Lead the way.
Guess the two of us are gonna go find Ptolemy.
This is conveniently not on the ship, I suppose.
He's actually
You
was.
could have dragged yourself on at any point.
Could I do? What did that? Let's try it again. Oh, okay. Then it worked that time. I still got an error. Okay.
Strange.
He would have been, again, isolated in some room that he could find where he wasn't going to blow people up when he did the identify.
Alrighty. I will transfer us over to Mara's place if there are no objections.
Go for it, Chief.
You have my permission.
There are a couple less boxes of effects as you come in and look around. Mara is muttering and pacing in and out of the private areas. Doesn't pay too much heed to the rest of you if you deign to not interact. And Ptolemy is on the was on the ship. Who?
Antavos is very much still sleeping.
Ptolemy is probably awake, but fiddling with cards.
And Zen and Nahum have gone to the tower. And Avery, where had you been sleeping again? Or have you gotten up already?
Probably on the ship.
Would you like to double check to make sure the ship is flight worthy?
After it was crashed into the tower, yeah, he would.
Okay. It's your ship. You're familiar with it. Roll me Arcana with advantage. And Shalene, Pem, what you doing?
I was
God
snoozing.
damn it.
Look at that roll.
And even if I would have said no advantage, it would have been the first one. Anyways. So half the group is sleeping. Well, I mean, it's deserved. It's been harried and trying to get through Barovia in one piece. Can't really blame them.
Hey, you. Harry. Sorry.
Avery, the Sandcrawler is surprisingly ready to go as soon as you have a heading. It might take a little bit of finagling of how to set a heading on various coordinates, but you've been to Cole's gallery, and using the keystones to hone in that location is easy enough. There's also the bazaar, and it's less knowing the exact heading and more just thinking about it and visualizing your hands moving in a certain series of adjustments to go there. It's a very strange sensation. And then of course there's the other places that, well, for you specifically, there's the place that was mentioned on the paper, and perhaps the same would be for the others if they volunteer theirs.
For the record, Antavos didn't keep his. He probably handed it off to somebody. Why would he keep a paper? So we'll say he gave it to Avery.
Well, Avery, do you want to take the paper and look at the heading or the navigation console?
Yeah, sure.
Take a look at the paper, and at first the letters and numbers, they shift and morph to your eyes, first into common, but then into the primordial languages before going back to common. And you look at the console and realize, oh, it's this, that, and everyone can hear. Well, if you decide to punch in the values that you discern from it, the ship would hum.
Yeah, well, I should probably ask where we should go in the first place.
Leave without everyone on board, or just the ones that are sleeping on board.
Nah, he's gonna wait till everyone's on board. Bring up where we need to go.
Is anyone cooking breakfast?
Does anybody else smell burnt toast?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Who died?
Looks like Reyna got disconnected.
Her router ate some chocolate.
Oh no.
No.
Who knows? Oh no, power just went out.
What do we do now?
Uh, that's a good question. It's a developing situation. Actually, now that I think about it, Avery, did I actually give you a paper?
I don't remember. When did we get them?
Last session. I want to say everyone got one, but, you know.
You gave out 4 papers last session. One to Antavos, saying the Amber Gleam node, listing gems and other possible sentient resources. There was one given to Pem, that was a drawing of kind of a desolate, broken city, you know, I-beams and other things that said, oh, like a city of districts and something else. There was one given to Helene that mentioned the word Kryn as a location. And then there was one given to Avery, not Avery, Ptolemy, that mentioned the Pauper King. And it had a picture of his face, but it looked slightly different than the one he is currently wearing. Those are the 4 papers that were handed out last time. So Avery has one of the papers from Antavos. He doesn't have any of the other papers. Is Avery going to go seek out people with papers? Is he just going to sit on his ship waiting for people to return and not approach any of them?
He's gonna be doing little repairs in the ship and wait for everyone else to wake up first.
I imagine it would be noisy. But
Oh,
Antavos
probably.
also strikes me as someone that you'd actually have to strike to get up.
If Ptolemy like hears him doing repairs, I imagine he'd be curious enough to see like how the ship works, and he would be doing presentation by slapping cards against broken parts of the ship and making it look like he fixed it with card tricks, just because he can.
M would also end up waking up as he is a very light sleeper. Because he's alert. If Avery starts making a bunch of noise.
It indeed would be loud. There are equally, if not more, metallic aspects to the hull than wood.
Avery, was your card the 2 of wood? Watch. Slaps a card against the hull and heals, like, presentations the hull.
And it starts to look nicer, every little bit of help that is given. Amending here, prestidigitation there, blood, tears, and sweat over there.
Oh, thank you.
Antavos is still sleeping. He sleeps through all of this.
Oh, what kind of bullshit can I get up to?
Can a unconscious creature make saving throws?
Huh.
I mean,
Yes.
you make death saving throws.
Yeah, unconscious creatures can make saving throws.
I know if you're helping Avery, with their pairs, then Pen was also helping. So he learned Mage Hand. Pen will help by just moving stuff into the spaces that nobody can get into. As long as it's no more than 10 pounds.
Oh, that's right. You have shit strength, don't you?
That could
Oh,
actually
that's
just
for the
make me
Mage
Mage Hand in itself.
Yeah, I thought you were also moving. You don't get your hands dirty.
Actually, no, I might only be able to carry stuff because of Mage Hand. My Warhammer is made of styrofoam.
The squeaky hammer. Actually, given your background, it could very well be.
Hold on. I found even better. This is what Ptolemy's doing.
Strength and dex are auto. Oh, auto crit.
If it's within 5 feet.
Does anyone dare to wake the satyr?
No.
I like life.
If he can resist Vortex Warp or not.
Actually, hold on.
I can resist vortex.
No, I have no
It's not a
reason to wake
strength
him
or
up,
dex
so I
save.
won't.
What was that?
I said it's not a strength or dexterity save, so I would make them technically at advantage because
Wouldn't it be an auto fail if you're unconscious?
Nope, I only auto fail strength or dex saves when unconscious. I posted the
Hilarious. Oh, you posted the.
Oh, yeah, you did you attune to
Oh,
the
you posted
shield?
it there.
Yes.
Okay,
This
I
was
shall
time to
reveal.
tune to it.
So,
That's insane. Okay.
I need to do this. That is not written correctly.
Okay, I can't read either, so.
There we go. All right. So, identified. It is a Candlekeep Aegis. The reason why it's so familiar to you is because it's part of your regiment. Well, with memory coming back a little bit, it's part of the normal kit of your regiment, and specifically for you. You're accommodating your fighting style.
Ooh.
and it can be used as a magical bludgeoning tool of some effectiveness, both in close quarters as well as throwing the thing for bonus action. Or no, that's not this tier. Sorry.
It's all good. I'm just happy to have a fancy shield.
Raina is messaging me. I have received some direction. Is anyone perchance going to call a meeting, or is everyone just milling around and enjoying the peaceful break? No ominous voices or overbearing godlike beings accosting them? Chilling with a ship stuck in the hull of a this tower.
Probably calling a meeting would be a smart idea. If for nothing else, just to give us some time to think about what we're doing next, since we don't really have a directive.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I got that, gotta scroll up what it was called. Info of Veracity.
Would you like to be put back over onto the
Yeah, the ship. I mean, I don't think we really paused to think about the whole initial incident being teleported to I'm gonna call it a god fight with Cole and the whole crystal thing.
Right. So you could say that what looks like a galley, the midship, this would be where a crew had this ship had what looked to be a full complement, is in the middle. And if you so choose to, someone tries to yell out, or otherwise collect everyone together.
I'll go one by one and then think about Ontavos and think, maybe if we start talking a lot enough, he'll eventually wake up. We don't want to get to a horse man's bad side.
I think he's part goat.
I don't recall goats being that big. But I guess he could hop and climb like one. Goat horseman doesn't really roll off the tongue.
This is being said in character, right?
Yes, absolutely. Well, guess gather around. Here's the middleman. The middleman from the far off land of Canada.
I was born in Valleyfield, Quebec.
Quebec sounds like such a made-up name.
Get this, it is spelt with a Q.
You truly do come from a fantasy world. Oh, let's see. We got you. Got where's the one that wanted my shield? Here's Avery. Yep. Knocks on the door. Hey, trying to get everyone to meet. Get out of here. Gotta figure out what we're doing next. Where is the child? The child that seems to get himself in a lot of trouble. Oh, there you are. Is that a spider?
Yeah. Ptolemy, how's your spider friend? He just jumped on the.
Yeah, it's just perched. It's just perched on his shoulder, and he doesn't even pay it much mind.
Yeah, it looks like it made fast friends with Naum at the moment.
Let's see, is this a new illusion?
Now there's two of them again.
I
And I
didn't see
cannot
one.
control any of them. Okay. I've lost control of my familiar, apparently.
Let's see. Aside from onto where did Helene go? Well, she'll come eventually.
She's literally right there. But she had slept, I suppose, on their head on the table.
Ah, there she is. Well, hope everyone had a good morning.
My morning was lovely.
Looks it over to Avery, Pam, Tomley. Well, anywho, I guess the main reason I wanted to bring you all here is I'm wondering how we really should handle Cole when we see him again. I've been thinking about it for a little bit, and it's a little bit strange that all of us from various worlds seem to get teleported to the same location. And now it seems that chest from yesterday, how even things that should not be there do end up being there. I don't even know what this Cole fella's big plan is. Unless hopefully one of you has some kind of great insight into why he's sending us on these weird little adventures.
He has seen fit to keep me in the. I'm going to try that again.
I understand. Broken?
He has seen fit to put me in the lands between more often than not. What kind of common threads have arisen from your adventures?
I'd say demons, 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 and demons. At the end of the day,
Smuggling, tax evasion, and theft.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
actually, now you do mention it, yeah, some financial crimes that are not super comfortable in committing.
Wait, when did we commit tax evasion?
The one dude, the thing we fought, what was it? I showed it nightmares, had a big bag of gold, and its fear was it didn't like taxes or something, and we took the big bag of wealth it had. Oh, what was it? It was after we met Mara.
I'm legitimately blanking as to whether or not I was there and did not remember it, or
I think you were eaten by
Keybinds.
Keybot.
Or
Was it keybind?
key ring.
Keyring, yeah.
Key something.
It was swallowed. Yeah, it was Keyring, the Mammazon mimic.
But I don't think Ptolemy is actually wrong in the in what he's described.
No, I believe you are not incorrect.
bang on.
He's grooming us to be lawyers.
Oh no, grooming.
was about to say, I don't think grooming a child to be a lawyer. Anyways, let's get off that thought.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, wait.
My world.
I've gotten
Grooming
drunk.
children
I
has
have
a very-
handled a gun. I am not a child anymore.
A court of
Nice.
law would disagree with you. Are we
Oh,
doing a history
spider.
check to like know the age of consent? What the fuck?
No, it's
Oh,
completely-
baby!
Okay.
What are we, Drake fans?
Why am I using all my rolls on this?
Why is Ptolemy rolling?
It's okay.
Why is my spider rolling?
The spider was not meant to roll.
I'm being judged by my
You should get the
familiar.
spider advantage just to.
I mean, we could roll the spider because it's part of it anyways, but
Oh well, that makes
accidentally
sense.
dragged.
My spider knows nothing.
What intelligence level
because-
is your spider?
Well,
That was supposed to be. Why is
Hey!
that an advantage? No? What? Why are there two?
We might have clicked it at the same
Um,
time. Regardless.
Oh.
I'm a bit of a historian.
Avery, you look around and you do a quick head count. Nahum and Zen keep on conversing. Though Ptolemy and especially Pem and Helene realize that you're missing a member of your party.
I used my history check to remember we're missing somebody.
The biggest person, the biggest somebody of the party.
the loudest somebody.
That's what my nat 20 got.
It was a throwaway to use up the light side point, don't worry.
No! I was saving that.
Well, you might.
Has anybody seen the satyr? I think he might still be sleeping.
How loud do you snore, Antibos?
Pem says, his hands in
I-
fists, tears
I
streaming down his
expect, I
face.
expect you can't hear him too much right now. He doesn't normally sleep with bedding, so he's probably muffled himself somehow. For all we know, he's suffocating himself. It's fine. He's been in worse squeezes.
Yeah, you're right. Even though I feel he'd just be happy killing demons all day. Alright, I'll be the brave one to.
I will come put your body back together after he's done.
I appreciate the confidence.
You get no answer.
I'm gonna try opening the door.
Your hand
I
sticks
see
to the
the-
doorknob. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's no... unless Antipos had locked it beforehand.
Quick roll
I
a history
doubt
check to
he
see if you
even
remember where the
closed it.
doorknob is.
Honestly,
I'm gonna open the door then.
It's open.
Ontivos is sprawled, sideways across 3 beds that he shoved together, snoring and sleeping happily.
As the kids say, aura.
We don't. I mean, not a kid. I don't know what you're talking about.
Huh.
Avery, do you have just gestures with this hand? Thaumaturgy by any chance? Maybe you can make a loud noise over here.
I have a cup you could throw.
Okay, maybe it's.
I can try and grapple him.
I'm not sure I could put your body back together as quickly as you
Don't
can put
worry.
mine back.
I figured this out last night while I was sleeping.
I'm gonna give Nahum the cup.
A cup?
While he's giving me the cup, I'm
Yes,
gonna
throw a
try
cup.
using. Oh, I didn't put the. Eh. Trying to put just the basics of it.
I mean,
Oh,
only can minor illusion a loud scream next to his ear, I suppose. So we might just die.
Have none of you woken somebody up gently before? What the hell is wrong with all of
There we
you?
go. Found it.
This is
I'm gonna
Octopus.
grapple him.
We
I'm
don't
gonna make
do
an
normal-
extremely
Don't
loud
worry
noise
about
by
it,
the guy
hey.
who's known to be violent. Or, we could just touch his shoulder and wake him up like normal people
this is the
do.
reason
We're
I
afraid that
backed
might
up.
also
That
induce
could
violence.
result in you also, murdering the person next to you, depending how Yontopos wakes up to someone touching them.
Antivos has woken up many times to people touching him. It's not a uncommon phenomenon. There's a
trying to
reason
grapple
why
him
he's
using my
such a
mind.
deep sleeper.
Phrasing, Lord. Phrasing.
I am
Grapple.
purposely phrasing it that way.
Fair enough. Continue on.
He's
My
a
bad.
satyr.
A fair point, actually, when you say it like that. I wish to touch Yantivos with my mind. Oh no!
Holy fuck! You.
Absinthoss would be proud.
I was gonna say.
Oh my
Write
god!
this down.
Oh my god!
1d20 plus 5 plus 4. Proficiency plus wisdom.
What are you doing?
Force of mind.
Just
I'm
try
gonna
lift
attempt to
out of
grapple
bed.
you and just drag you.
That. Pam, hold on.
Golly.
Well,
Hold on. I'll take the. At least I have a shield. I assume your legs out on the bed, right?
He is fully sprawled across 3 beds.
Yes.
You'll
Okay.
probably
he's gonna
get a less than tasteful view up his kilt.
Yep.
Or very tasteful.
Or very
start
tasteful.
What you're thinking. Hey, yo. I want to test this out.
Sit down this cup then. He's gonna toss
Oh,
the cup
boy.
at you.
Ow. Wait, no, it bounces off my shield. Maybe.
Maybe.
You ever seen that
I
video of the dude flicking the cat's nuts? And then like
No, well, I saw the aftermath.
Yeah. It's gonna be that but worse.
This bit has gone on for too long.
He's gonna start shaking on us like a little bit. Ontivos. Ontivos. You up?
Alright. What?
Another time, Pam. Let's gather a meeting for all of us so we can talk about how we're gonna handle with Cole and what we should do next.
Is that you, just silent guardian?
And sulkily leaves.
What is? Oh, these are. Kind of touches the beds. All right, All right, we're on the ship thing. This.
Yes.
Mm.
You were really deep in the sleep. I was worried I wasn't gonna be able to wake you up without a really loud noise.
No, I'm sorry. I am a very deep sleeper. Well,
Oh, that's fine.
we're having a meeting. What?
Yeah, just we're having breakfast outside.
Oh, breakfast. Yes. Oh, of course. Picks up his maul and straps it to his back and steps out.
Actually, breakfast though?
Well, I assume we're having some kind of meal in the morning, aren't we?
I don't think anybody made breakfast.
First meal of the day.
There's 6 adventurers. None of us bothered to prepare great food and water.
Actually, that would be a good time to introduce that.
This is the long dark now. We have to harvest a deer carcass.
Not again.
Oh, shucks.
Nox, is that thing that I sent earlier perhaps a good thing to
I would
have?
say.
All right.
I forgot to actually message you back about it, but yes.
Yeah. Stroke of genius strikes. Zen. as he realizes that he has an additional flask. Or rather, it looks like one of those gourd flasks, and it's inscribed with interesting glyphs that could be marked by some as magical, or others as just those with great meaning. And I don't have a stat block for it right now, but you know what this does. You're confused as to why it's here strapped to your belt, but should you just pour out some, then there would be enough libations as well as nourishing victuals to start off the day.
I might have just the thing, and I have no idea how I got it. And I
Inspires
turn the flask
confidence.
upside down, and it dumps a bunch of stuff out onto the deck. Feed
why,
yourselves.
though?
Make merry.
Oh,
It's not as bad as it seems, though.
I think I'll just eat my rations.
Mechanically, it grants everyone a base level of aid,
Oh.
which is a plus
Yes,
5. God damn it, Lux. Plus 5 to your max HP for a pretty long, it's 8 hours, I believe. Sorry, going off road. And as far as visuals, it seems like there is a bright liquid of various colors being dumped out of this gourd flask, but the streams coalesce on the spaces on tables in front of you, or if you are standing away from one, the closest open spot next to you, and they turn into, well, what would be your favorite breakfast item? Plus a drink that would pair well with it that you would desire. As effectively, you have the benefits of create food and water and aid.
I was gonna say bacon and beer, but I'm not sure beer in the morning sounds like a great idea.
Why not? It's carbs. Zen pulls out another flask.
Maybe something a little bit more sobering, like coffee,
Bacon and coffee.
bacon
If
and
that is-
coffee.
He
If
pulls
that's
out
what
a
you wish,
coffee
that's what
stout.
appears.
And coffee and bread. Can't have a more winning combination than that.
He pulls out a coffee stout and a lager.
Coffee
Oh, boy.
and bread.
Now this thing's got everything in it. You know, it's like I was telling them earlier, on Davos. I do find it kind of strange that we all get teleported into the same area with Cole. And we all come from different worlds, and it seems to be that this trans-dimensional hopping, or whatever you want to call it, we do all these assignments for him, we don't even know why.
sure. Well, I mean, the Great Lord obviously has a reason. What it is, well, it is not for servants to know the ways, mutterings of their masters, anyway.
I think it's worth making sure that our master is good, to at least know why.
Is of Elysium. Of course he is good.
What evidence do you have that he's good? That we get to slay demons?
Well, no, he is of Elysium. Those of Elysium are powers and forces for good, just as Talazid and his companions are. He is not fiend, he is not some foul, chaotic, whatever those, what is it, frog things we've dealt with in the temple. He is of the heavens.
Yeah.
Therefore he is good. That is the definition of the heavens.
Well, still wonder why he's chosen us of all people and ripped off from. We have this man, points towards Ptolemy.
Child, yes. Young one.
I think he's coming through his trials as a man.
Oh, fair enough.
We have, our metal man from the mythical world of Quebec, which apparently spelled with a Q.
Really? What's a Q?
It is like an O with a line through it.
Oh, fascinating. These glyphs from Quebec are strange indeed.
The rest of my country thinks so too.
We have Avery over here, and you seem to have some natural intuition with this. Is it a boat, ship? What do we even call this? Skyship?
Skyship would be appropriate.
Seems as good as name as any, yes.
And we have, Pem here and Helene, both high religious in their own right.
By the way, son of man, Pem, I don't believe we ever learned. Who is the god that you serve? Obviously, daughter of man, Helene serves the great Mishikal, but what of you? Has someone struck him dumb? Or
Maybe.
is he choking on his food?
Pam, are you okay?
He also lost power. Oh no.
Nillian, are you there?
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Does Pem respond at all? Or does he just start sweating?
Pem zoned out. He has just been staring at the table.
Son of man, Pem, are you there? Has the food driven you insane?
I am not used to eating this kind of... I don't know, kind of look like slop.
It is
What was the
sustenance,
food that
truth.
you desired, Pem?
Slop. That's all he's known.
No. Regardless of the food and sustenance that our Son of Iron has provided for us, I am curious. You are certainly one of devout faith, but I know not the deity whom you serve. Would you be so kind as to enlighten me? I would know of
A
this.
deity.
Yes. Or ones of faith, they serve a deity. Or a greater power.
No, I understand what you're saying, but where I'm from, we do not have a deity.
Then-
It is merely more, I don't even know, not a being, but the effects,
Then how are you
the
granted
concept
your...
of healing.
But how are you granted your divine powers? Your magics from the gods?
Well, I use this. And he just holds up his rose. A very small rose. I've always just used this.
Some sort of holy symbol, then? A rose?
By any other
There is
name.
no deity I know of that uses this rose. Not where I'm from.
Well, I suppose there are likely even those gods unknown to us, and maybe even choose to make themselves unknown to us as mortals beyond our ken. As I said, it is hard. One is not to know the ways and dealings of their masters. But your contributions and, well, abilities have been useful in our battles and travels, so whoever this god is, I suppose he may be worthy of your admiration.
Hmm. Pem goes back to staring at the table.
Sorry,
Deep
Silent
in
Guardian,
thought.
continue.
Well, I just think we should just, at least have half a thought for this our next step. I mean, how would any of these get sent home? How do we get sent back to? How does Zen get sent back to Canada?
This
Do
is too
you
true to life.
Do you wish to return to Canada, Son of Iron?
I could take it or leave it.
What of the rest of you? Do you also wish to return to your homelands?
I would at least like to contact them. It would be the first time being away from home for a while myself.
Do you also hail from this Canada?
No, I do not.
KO Beck, maybe? Wait, are those the same place? I'm sorry, and
Oh, no, I've from a long lost and long far away nation of Thrain. Sort of a religious city, so to speak.
theocratic culture.
Indeed. Lost silver flame.
What's that? What of you, young one? Looks over to Ptolemy. Where do you hail from, and do you wish to return?
Let's just say I've been wandering. I don't think I'd really want to return. I think I much like this adventure. It's new and exciting.
Fair enough. Where was it you came from, if I might ask? We have Canada, we have Thrain.
Let's just say it's a place that doesn't exist anymore. Probably better off that I'm not there anymore.
Place destroyed. Which is...
Wars have a funny way of doing that, yes.
pointless conflicts of mortals and their civilizations, I see. Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
You too are no stranger to war.
No, it is not war, in a way. It is the constant struggle of good against evil. to keep back
I
the
would-
denizens of the hells.
How do you know it's good?
Which is what
Where I come from, that's a pretty gray line to walk.
what is good is simple. It is what
I appreciate the candor, Ptolemy. However, those are literal demons.
I wasn't talking about the demons. Well, okay, you got me there.
I cannot speak for other places, but where I come from, the great garden elves lead us and give us purpose and, well, I suppose act as the beacons of good in our realm. They seek to bring, I guess, balance to the natural order and defeat those who would otherwise seek to harm it. Foul sorcerers, and demons and fiends of their ilk.
Must be nice to have it so black and white in your world, then.
Well, it is not black or white.
Mortals,
Many
as you say, in
colours.
ours.
In fact, the great forests, they are often green and verdant, but in certain times of years, they're golden and even brown in the winters. The onyx cliffs, they may be black, but certainly not white, unless they are covered in snow. Though maybe, perhaps coming to understand you meant something different than colors.
Ptolemy's just kind of flipping through his book at this point. Kind of muttering to himself a little bit.
What of you, son of ship, I guess? Avery, yes. Well, from where do you hail? To whence would you return?
Return? Probably not. I have my ship here, and the place I left from was nothing more than just fragmented ruins.
Another realm destroyed by war?
Less war and more eldritch beings coming from the crust of the earth, tearing the planet apart, leaving nothing but islands that float, and the only way to get between are these ships.
Fiends? Demons? Well, something beyond there.
I mean, from all we could tell was no, the wrong accent. All we could tell from cowboys coming out. No,
Y'all
no,
cowboy,
go away, cowboy.
all we can tell is them
Need more
rattlesnakes
cowbell.
need to get them shit shot out of them.
Right on
From
there,
a lot I
Parker.
could tell.
Avery
No,
confirmed
go away.
King of
This
Deadlands.
is-
Well, I
arcane.
say. It's a land played by them demons, you see.
Well, more like beings of mechanical and magical nature that have seemingly been beneath the planet for we don't even know how long.
Certainly a frightful
Desire
prospect.
one day to wake up and tear everything apart.
Did you not fight these beasts? Destroy them and take back your world for the cause of good?
I mean, by the time shit, fuck.
Do
By
you
the time
want-
we know
do you have something
some-
stuck in your throat? Yeah, please, wash it down. Hands him some ale.
Avery,
take a
what
swig.
kind of food do you have in front of you?
It'll just be some good old-fashioned mantis steak and eggs.
Sky manta
think-
steak and eggs.
Yep.
May I ask if the eggs are chicken eggs or something else entirely?
Bug eggs.
My out of
You
character
live in the pod and
curiosity
you
is
eat the
sated.
bugs. As far as by the time we noticed them coming up from the crust, it had been too late. When they arrived, the world split.
Well then, I suppose a tactical retreat was wise. Seeking stronger allies to return, defeat these evils. Seems you have found some. I would be glad to
Possibly.
assist you in that endeavor.
That's a good idea.
Avery, is that perhaps sarcastic or an actual?
I mean, if I have a crew who's willing to fight,
hmm.
maybe we will go back to my place at some point somehow.
Bring them closer. I must see the whites of their eyes.
They don't have eyes.
It was out of character.
Oh. Well, it seems like this thing would be in character too.
Possibly, but not in this moment. Well, it seems we are, regardless of how we came to be here, it seems our course is at least set to continue traveling together. Those of you, whether it be torn from war-torn realms or realms seemingly uninterested in returning to, with the exception of this yes.
I know that Helene's player is currently absent, but I imagine she might say something about wanting to see her family, her daughter.
Well, yes, of course, and we have daughter of man, Helene. I have already promised to aid her in finding her lost child. Unless some of you have other more pressing engagements, I believe reuniting her with her offspring would be I think, an uplifting quest.
This would be nice.
What of the rest of you? Will you join us?
I think so. I'll consider an extended assignment.
Could be interesting.
Avery, son of ship?
Hmm?
Would you be there to fly us to her realm, then?
Possibly. The ship has gone through many things, but to another realm it has not.
Nonsense. We rode upon this ship into the den of corvids. Though it, if I remember correctly, fell from the sky.
Oh. You're right.
How did it return here? Did you fly it from the den of corvids?
Avery shrugs his shoulders.
Oh. Well, perhaps it is a gift of that Strahd fellow. Seems a generous sort, at least.
Whichever you prefer, please roll.
I am always alert.
Hey, how about
Damn, all
that?
right.
Man, we even have a +8.
Oh, good grief. Why, damn? Why is it so high? It isn't even a natural. Why?
God bless expertise. And
Actually,
building the
you might
character around
Remember,
it.
he is super cop. He sees all the things and then shoots
I
them.
have. I see through the lies of the GM.
Though
See
you
through the-
did talk down or have an interaction with that one ghost, which I was surprised you didn't go immediately blasting.
Piss off,
So-
ghost.
I just realized that you might have actually had that at advantage because Horizon Walker, but it's okay. It's high enough.
Why would I have it as advantage? Anyways,
Because something, where was it?
I'm satisfied with 15.
Oh wait, it is an active ability. Never mind. So Zen and Pem, at the more or less prompt of thinking of how exactly this ship got here, and that is, you continue focusing on the conversation without paying it too much mind. The others, on the other hand, Naum and Antavos, from just using their awareness
Be
of
right.
their surroundings. Okay. Someone say something?
No, that's just me making noise.
Okay. Sorry. From the grasp you have on your surroundings, you detect a hint of something that causes perhaps a small tinge of unease or just the recognition of the mists that had both taken the ship as well as had been held with some much fear and in some a type of reverence around Ravenloft. And Avery and Ptolemy, you definitely recognize that there is still the residue of that place that is perhaps infused within the structure of the vessel a little bit. It appears to be dissipating, but perhaps if someone were to also be looking for it, they would realize this place has been to Barovia and come back. It has a certain whiff of something.
Hmm. Avery, son of ship, have you scoured this vessel? It smells off.
I mean, I've been doing repairs. I haven't seen anything different.
Nothing, no traces of that den of Corvins, then.
I haven't been checking for anything arcane, if that's what you're asking.
I wonder if it would be wise. Certainly, if someone can send us a box full of metal trinkets and other items out of thin air, obviously they seem to have a great power of sorcery. Would be wise to ward ourselves against it.
If you think it'll be a good idea, I'll scan the ship again. And with that, Avery will start walk from the conversation to once over on the ship.
I'll come with you. I'll help you out.
No. Wait, no, the paper. I mean, what? Task failed successfully again, damn it.
Just in case, buddy system, right?
Just in case.
You want to try using your new toy
Sure.
scanner function of the survival tool?
Mm-hmm.
All right, investigation advantage. Well,
Oh,
There's so many tonight.
huh. You identify all of the issues. If anything, you could also store a comprehensive profile of your findings. And if anything, with a flash of genius, you might have discovered magical stealth composite, perhaps to both absorb and to dissipate your travels. That might be more of a project unlock, because you'd need the materials to. Oh no. Materials to conduct research into that. But to get rid of the Ravenloft mist, it would probably just take some time. Maybe a day's worth that could be spread across, like 8 hours spread across however long you devote each time. Of course, much faster if more hands helped.
No, 8 hours right now.
Every person can reduce it by a half?
Oh, so like everyone helping is only gonna take like 10 minutes.
All right, let's do the math. 8 divided by 2. 3.
I mean, if you want to enlist other people, then by all means.
Yeah, he'll ask for people they want to help clear off the fog.
Can I clear it with my maul? Does that work?
I would prefer if I didn't have any holes in the ship. More holes in the ship.
Well, you don't trust me to swing true and accurate? You wound me.
I believe he's afraid that you will wound the ship.
A foolish thought. I am accurate in my swings.
Okay.
Show me this fog
give
and
it a
I
go.
shall deal with it.
Sir, I will show him the fog. So he can hit it with his hammer.
My magical
So-
radiant hammer.
Yeah, what does this look like?
You show me fog and I swing at it. I don't know
I
what's
guess
so
it's
weird about this question. You asked a
kind-
barbarian
no,
to solve a problem and he went, how can I hit it?
It's like damaging the material allows the residue to ooze out like ectoplasm, basically, with which it can be dissipated.
Those are
Via
all a lot of
creative
fancy
means?
words for I hit the
Yes.
thing and it dies. Or
You hit the
otherwise-
thing and it dies.
Yes, perfect. No, see,
Clean up for running around.
I told you I would hit the fog and it would well, no longer be fog. Show me the next batch of this fog.
He'll go around clearing the fog and showing on folks where they're cleared too. Everyone else wants to help. He'll point out what needs to be cleared.
I'm here for you, buddy.
So it's a combination of pointing out and marking and smashing and or using magic to
Mhm.
nullify.
Precipitation
And
does a little puff of wind, so poof.
Oh no, I can't use Sacred Flame to help. That's not a creature. Slingshot.
Styrofoam hammer.
Ah,
If
I think
nothing
I'd be healing it at this point.
If nothing else, it makes wind.
Now that I'm wielding a shield, actually, I'm not two-handing my hammer anymore, so what little damage I did is now even less.
that's what spells are for. Dear God, Zen has 20 AC. Well, without Reyna, it kind of sucks to try and move on with story.